So, I assume some of you at least have been to a rock concert. Now, while you were there, did you see a guy standing in the corner of the stage just playing away at his instrument looking bored as ever? Chances are that's probably the bassist. But bass doesn't have to be this way. Bass is usually the low end of a band, and usually it controls most of the band for that matter, including driving the lead parts, which is like guitar and whatnot, stuff like that. And it also provides a solid bass line, right, for just the whole riffage in general. So today I'm going to be teaching you what the bass is, how to play the bass, and how to write a bass riff. So first we're going to plug in this here. Now typically I like to sit down while playing. That's just a preference of mine. Some people like to stand up. But it's a bit easier for me to play sitting down. Turn this on. This up a little bit. Here we go. So right now, I'm going to tune this up to E standard so we can properly evaluate the bass. Sorry. So, start off with our bass. We're going to start off with the bridge. This here, this whole thing, is the bridge. Now, if you can see these little things right here, this is to adjust bridge tension, which controls the action, which is basically just how high off your strings are from the neck here. And it also is, these colored beads right here is where the strings go in and goes into the tuning pegs. We'll get to that later. Now we have our pickups. These pickups are passive pickups, so they use electromagnetic fields to pick up magnetic signals from these nickel strings, which then sends it into the amp, which amplifies the noise. Some basses, like the one I have at home, is an active pickup, and that only uses electricity, so it has a battery pack in the back, but this doesn't have that. So, and then this is the body. This is where all the knobs here, which control your tone and your volume, and the strings and the pickups and the bridge rest. Now we get up to the neck. The neck is where you actually do all the note playing, so that's where you would play actual notes. Like guitar, it goes up a half step each fret. So if I were to play a standard E, if I did this, it would be an F. And so now we make our way up to the headstock of the bass, where you're going to find the tuners and the tuning pegs. This is how you tune a bass. So the tuning pegs right here are where the strings go in once you're putting them in through here. And then you want to twist the tuning knobs to actually tune the thing. So right now I have this tuned to E standard, E, A, D, and G. It follows basically the same tuning as a guitar, it's just 4 strings. Now I'm going to teach you how to play the bass. The bass is a very simple, or maybe not very simple, but simpler than guitar to learn, just to play in general. And there's 3 main methods of playing a bass. First, you have plucking, which is using your fingers. That's what a lot of bassists do. It's what a lot of bassists prefer as well. Most bassists use the plucking technique, and it's very simple. You want to rest your thumb right here on a pickup, whichever one you feel more comfortable on, whether you like this bridge pickup or you like the one closer to the neck. That's up to you. And you're gonna want to go down a little bit and go to the side a little bit, as opposed to just pulling up like this. That's going to be really hard on both your fingers and just making your playing harder in general. So there's a song that uses plucking, and it's somewhat famous. It's called "Come As You Are" by Nirvana. whole song. That's basically the main riff of the song. And so that's how you use plucking to play a song. Now we're going to get on to slapping. Slapping is another very famous method of playing bass. Slapping is when you use your thumb to slap a string. Very obvious name. And so it should look something like this. And it produces a harsher sound, but it also adds a lot of tonality and just overall emphasis on your notes. And the song I'm going to be playing for that is Take the Power Back by Rage Against the Machine. And so that is the whole riff. A lot of slap bassists use another technique called the slap and pop, where you slap and then you pop up with your whatever finger you want. So in this instance, and now if I had a pick, I would show you the picking technique, but I don't. Usually, you just use a pick like you would on a guitar, but for just each individual string. Now I'm going to teach you how to write a bass riff. Now, bass riffs, they should start off simple, right? They should follow the root notes of the guitar and the leads. So we're going to start off with something very basic and something very just juvenile. Now that it's simple, it sounds nice, but it's really, really boring. It's just 4 notes and it's all in one pattern. And so we're going to change that by adding some extra notes and some extra flair. So first, instead of just playing here, maybe I want to add a run like this. Or maybe I want to switch frets really quickly, like this. And so now I'm going to show you, I guess, a second level of our riff. And so that is the second level of our riff. Now, that was still pretty plain, mainly because there was no really rhythmatics to it. So now we're going to add some extra rhythms, whether that be longer notes or making them shorter or more syncopated. So here's what we're going to do. And so that is how you write a bass riff. I hope I've inspired you guys to play bass guitar better and maybe just to even pick up a hobby in general. I hope you guys enjoyed my speech. Thank you for listening.